touch. So good morning and welcome to Tuesday morning's chair yoga. Make sure that your chair's stable and that you've got enough room around you. So let's bring ourselves just to this point. So we're going to turn our palms over, let our shoulders come down, sit up as straight as we can so that we're not slumping. We're going to think about our breathing, and you can do a hummingbird breath, or you can do alternate breathing. You can breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Anything that just brings you to this spot. Any of the breathing exercises that we've done through the year. So here we go. So we're going to take our hands behind our back. So if you want to, you can sit forward and clasp your hands behind your back. Or if you can take your hands into prayer. Or here. Anything that you want to do. From here, pulling the shoulders back. Doesn't matter in which position you're in. Take the head backwards. And then bringing the head back to centre. We bring the hands forward. You can again either just keep the hands pulling here, or you can turn them back to back and then grab them that way. That's it. Push them towards the floor, pull them down, tuck the chin in. and bring it back up. I'm doing the hands. Take the hand, push it towards the floor, take the head to the other side. And then let's take it to the other side, so bring it back up, tucking the chin in, push the hand down, take the head away from it. And bringing it back up. So we're going to take the thumb down and behind our back, and we're going to get the other hand and we're going to pull it to the side, or if you can, you're going to push it forward, so grabbing hold of it like this and then trying to pull the arm round. Now we're going to look away from the shoulder, so we're looking towards that hand. And we're bringing our head back to centre, our hand out. And we'll try the other side. So thumb down, behind the back, grabbing hold, pulling it anywhere that you can. And then turn to look over that shoulder. And bringing it back, undoing. So let's go into a seated cat and cow. So again, you can push with your fingers, changing the little finger at the top. And if you want, bring the two fingers together, turn the hand when you're going back and push the shoulders backwards. So you can do that, or you can just keep your hands on your chair and just reach backwards and forwards in this position. So it's up to you, whichever one you want to do. So I'm going to do this one. So here we go. Breathing out, tuck the pelvis under, push the hands away, tuck the head in. When you want to breathe in, we're taking it backwards. We're breathing out, but we're swapping them fingers at the bottom. And breathing in. Two more. And bring it back. So we're going to do a side bend. Now if you want to, remember you can have your block and bring your hand down to your block. You can hold onto your leg. You can keep your arm down by your side. You can lift the arm up. It's completely up to you. I'm having the block at the side of my chair. So we're going to breathe in, lift up, reach up. And as we breathe out, reach over. Breathing in, stretching that arm if you can. Remember, if you've got blood pressure problems or shoulder problems, you might not want to lift it. And then we're coming back up. We're going to grab hold of our block and bring it with us. And then we can swap sides. So again, we're breathing in. We're breathing out. 3 breaths into the side of that lung, trying to open the ribs in between. And again, let's lift. And let's do one more on each side. We're keeping that arm behind the head if we're lifting. Trying not to roll forward, keeping the body against the chair at the back. And we're going to lift. And last one. And lift. Lovely. So let's take it into that twist. Breathe in, lift. Remember, if you can't lift the arms, don't worry. Breathe out, turn, look round the back. Grab the chair where you can, hand against your knee. Use the hand on the knee to push round. A diagonal breath this time. And let's breathe in, lifting the arms. Breathe out, round the other side. Let's breathe in, lift. And to the other side, one more time on each side. Let's lift and twist last time. And bringing it back to centre. Lovely. So let's take it into a forward bend. Now if you need to, again, put the block at the front so that your hands have got something to come down to if you want. Take the legs slightly apart if you want to get your boobs through, or if you find that you're kind of restricted with moving forward. If you've got lower back problems, keep the legs together. That way when you go forward, you won't be tempted to stretch that back. So if you go forward, that back will stay straight. If the legs are apart, you may find that you'll curl a little bit. So it's up to you the version that you want to go on. I'm going all the way down. It's only me and you. I don't know you've got back problems. So breathe in, lift. Breathe out, reach forward. Take the hands down to the floor, to the block. Let the head relax down. Feel as if as you're breathing out, everything falling forward.
So coming up, we're going to tuck the chin in, unless you've got a back problem. Tuck the chin in and you're going to curl all the way back up, thinking about stacking that spine as you're coming back up. So let's try one more of those. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, reach forward. Let the body relax down, head down. You can give that head a little shake if you want, just to kind of release the neck muscles. Again, if you've got blood pressure problems, just be wary about doing that. I'm just trying to let that lower part of the spine go. Make sure you're not holding tension there. So we're going to tuck the chin again, and we're going to curl up. Lovely. So if we take our feet a little bit wider, so that's the corners of the chair, we're going to turn ourselves to the side. Now we're going to try and place our belly down on top of our thigh. We can let our hands drop down again. They can be on a block if we can't get to the floor, or you can hold onto your leg and just letting the head stay in line with the spine, so you're not dropping it down, you're tucking it in, you're keeping that neck nice and long. And you'll feel a stretch right through the side. So we're going to bring our hands to our knees. We're going to use our hands on our knees to push us back up, so we're not using that back muscle. Now for people that have got back problems, it's that kind of movement that tends to cause the back problem. So with this, we're keeping our back resting on our leg. We're not putting the pressure on our back. Hopefully, but if it feels too much, don't do it. So again, take yourself over. Bring yourself down so that your chest is resting on your leg, letting the hand drop down. If the other knee wants to roll in, try to push it back out. Use your bum muscle, use them muscles in the lower back to take that leg back out. Keep the chin tucked in, think about the neck nice and long. And again, bring them hands to the knees. Use the hands rather than the back to push you back up. Bring it back. Let's try one more. In fact, we'll do it slightly different. We'll take the feet, stretching them out as much as you can. I'm going to drop this to the bottom one so you can see my foot rather than me. No, that's not right. So take the feet out in that position. So we're turning ourselves round and we're again bringing ourselves. So it's a little bit further. Now if this is too much, again, have that block, have it underneath the leg. Pulling the toes back towards you. Still tucking that chin in. Bringing the hands back to the knee. Use the knees or the hands to push back up. Let's bring it round to the other side. Pulling them toes back. Letting the hands go down onto the block if it needs be. And walking it back up. So let's bring ourselves right to the edge of the chair. Again, you can have the block there. turn them feet out, try and open them legs as much as you can. Bring the hands down, place it on the block and see if you can let the head drop down. Lift the head up, look forward. Bring yourself back up. Bend the knees, bring them in. So staying on the edge, let's lift our foot up. So letting it bounce. So from here, we're going to slide it over and bring it into eagle. Holding it there. Squeeze the legs together. So as if you're trying to pull this leg that way and that leg that way. So you're trying to open the legs out so that you're working them thighs. And then we're undoing and we're bringing it back up. So let's lean forward, put our elbow down and give our toes a little movement. Open the toes and give them a stretch. Then if you slide the foot over a little bit and point and flex the toes. You can give them a circle. In both directions. We can give our feet a little massage by just pushing and pressing. All of this is just drawing blood down to our feet. We could do our legs, just the muscular parts, not the bony parts. It doesn't have to be anything exciting, it can just be sort of just pinching. You could even rub. Anything that just encourages blood flow down through the legs, especially the lower part if you're sitting on a chair all day and you're catching the back of the knee. So again, from here, let's just say one more, dropping it down into that eagle pose. And again, trying to move the legs, either pushing one down and one up or pushing them out against each other. Trying different movements, the same we do with the arms up and down and out, so that you can feel the different ligaments working, pulling, and it works all around them knees, working around them ankles. And then if we undo, and just have a think, how does the other leg feel compared to that leg? How do the knee joints feel, the ankles, the feet? And then let's do this leg, lifting it up, giving it a little shake, just so where the hip kind of thinks, oh, I can do this little bit. And we're sliding it over and taking it into eagle. Again, yeah, if you want to stick your foot behind, you can always do it here because you're on a chair. If it doesn't want to go, don't worry. But pushing the legs in opposite directions, as if you're trying to open the legs. And undoing, and let's bring it back up. Let's lean forward and give our toes a little pull. Drop it into that eagle one more, pushing them up and down and in and out. And then undo. Lovely. So let's get it so I can start taking it into our standing. So our hands can be here, they can be here, they can be here, they can be raised as if we're going in above our head so that we're taking it into chair position. And then turn sideways. So So bum's on the edge, our feet are out, our hands are wherever they want to be. I'll keep my hands here because it's easy for you to see. So we're leaning forward, breathing in to stand up. We're breathing out as we sit down. So I'm going to take my arms above my head. So here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to hold the next one for a little bit. So breathe in, standing up. Now breathe out, sit down, but just hold it here in chair position. And we can sit down. And then we're going to do the, just before we stand up, so we're going to hold it here. Good. And then we're pushing up. Reach back, take the arms down by your side. Lovely. So let's go to the back of our chair. We'll do our chair aerobics. In the right place. So we're taking the foot out to the side. We're bringing it back in. We're taking it back. We're bringing it in. We're pushing our hips forward. Remember, you can do this without the chair if you want. Bringing it back up. So other side, take it out to the side. Bring it in. Take it back. Bring it in. Reach back. And back up. So here we go again. I'll turn this way. Out to the side. And in. Back. And in. Pushing forward. Stretch the front of the body. Lift it up. Out. And in. And back. And in. And back. And back up. So, we're going to do a bit of a squat from here. So again, you can hold onto the chair. You're coming up onto your tiptoes. Now, I'm doing it this way so that you can see, but you can do it this way as well, holding onto the chair. Or you can do it this way. From there, you're going down and bending the knees. So you're keeping the back nice and straight, and you're just going up and down, but you're on your tiptoes. So try not to let your bum go backwards. You want to keep your bum and your back in line. You're just going up and down. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's do one more. 10. And bring it up, bring it back down. So let's take it into our ankles. So we're going to have one hand on the chair if we need to, the foot by the chair, that is coming off the floor. We're coming up onto our tiptoes on the other one. And we're just going up and down. So if I do it sideways, one foot's off the floor, you're going up and down, up and down, up and down. 3. And last one. Let's change feet. So all the weight onto the other foot, and you can stand sideways if you want, it's up to you. You can change sides, do it that way, and lift and down. 2, and bring it down. Now what I forgot to do while we were standing up was our pelvic floor. So we'll do it while standing. Now again, you can hold that chair if you want, or we'll bring it into mountain pose. So you're lifting your toes and you're trying to engage the knees. So you're trying to lift the kneecaps up. As soon as you start doing that, you'll feel the kneecap come up. But you want to put the toes down. You don't want the feet rolling in. You want to make sure that you're pushing through the outside edge, that you can feel the whole area of your foot down. You're not leaning forward and you're not leaning backwards. So, but the weight should be even between the whole foot. If you imagine squeezing your legs together but don't move them, you'll feel the muscle in the inside start to tighten. Think about squeezing your bum and then you'll find that back muscle coming. And then you can pull the side muscles in. So we're pushing into the floor. Now we're going to do the same thing. Imagine that we're about to break wind. Imagine that we're about to have a wee. And we want to pull the stomach muscles in as well. I'm just going to take that up a touch. So instead of having our belly here, we want to try and pull the belly backwards. Now you can't breathe all the way down to here. You have to just breathe into the tops of the lungs. So we're squeezing the belly in. We're squeezing everything, the muscle in. If you can let go of the chair, brilliant. If you feel a bit wobbly, you can hold on. Tuck the chin in, shoulders back and down. Close the eyes if you can. And if you feel that you can let go, let go. But if you start feeling a bit wobbly, just remember the chair's there. You can always hold on to it, even if it's just one finger, even one little finger. The minute you take it off, you may find that you wobble. You can just put the finger back on. And then we're going to relax everything. So I didn't count them out loud, but hopefully that was 10. So here we go again. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you breathe in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So here we go again. Tighten up all the muscles through the body, through the pelvic floor, through the abdominals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Pull all them muscles back in. Start at the feet, pelvis, abdominals, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And let's do our last ones. Tighten up from the floor all the way up. Pulling it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And you can do these while waiting for a bus. Pretend that you're checking your watch, checking a phone message while you're just standing there, and you can do them all through the day anywhere you are. So let's take it into our down dog. So our hands on the back of the chair, we're stepping our foot back. We're bringing ourselves down, pushing our chest to the floor. Trying to keep them legs straight, but if the back starts to bend, if you feel the shoulders pulling forward and the knees wanting to bend, let the knees bend and work the upper back rather than the knees. We can work on the knees later. So from here we're going to look up, come back up, and we're going to step the 1 foot forward. We're going to push into that front knee, we're going to push that back knee straight. We're staying where we are, but we're going to see if we can bend that back knee. You might find that that front leg straightens a little bit, but still keeping that heel pushing to the floor. So we're going to step the foot back and we're going to push back to our down dog. If we come back up, step the other foot in. Push that back knee back, push that front knee forward. Bend that back knee. And step back to down dog. Let's do one more on each side, and each time we're coming back to down dog, we want to see if that down dog's getting nice and easy. So push that front knee forward, push that back knee back. Lovely. Let's sit back into that back leg, and if we want, we can roll it side to side, just gently. Bring it back to center. Step back to down dog. Step the other foot forward. Push the front knee forward, push the back knee backwards. Lovely. Back into that back leg. Move it gently if you want to. And step back to the centre, bring it back to down dog. Now let's see if we can take down dog into warrior 3. So from where we are, we're going to lift one leg up and take it out in line with the hips. We don't want to lift it up too high, we want to keep the hips in line. Stretching the foot backwards. And then let's bring that foot down and let's try the other side. So lifting it up, taking it back, trying to keep them hips in line, not lifting them too high. And this is a warrior 3. You feel a nice stretch through the whole of the body and the sides. Let's bring it down. Let's try one more on the other side. So lifting the leg, kicking it back, keeping them hips nice and balanced. This is great for working your lower back, works your bum muscle. If you've been sitting all day, it's a nice one for them. We're bringing it in, and we're going to try the other side. Lovely. And if we bring it down, keeping the chair where it is, we're going to try and drop our hips forward, pull our shoulders back and lift up into a cobra. So you're really trying to drop your hips forward and pull the shoulders back a bit, that's it. And then let's bring ourselves back up, step ourselves into the chair, turn it round. So a little fun one before we relax down. We're going to try and do bow on the chair. Now if you need to, you might want to put a bit of padding or anything on your chair if you find that this is a bit too much for you. You should be able to do it on yours. You're going to bring yourself, make sure that my chair's in the right place, so that your hips and your chest are lying on the chair. And if you can get your hands to the floor, great. If you need to, you can always put a pad or a block underneath. So that your hips are on the chair, your whole torso's on the chair. Now you're going to lift your leg up and see if you can grab hold with your hand and push up. You're taking it down. Now you're going to try the side closer to the chair. Now if this is 2, if you can't do this, you can always swap around. Do the same 2 on one side and then swap around. So we're lifting, we're reaching, grabbing hold of the foot, again lifting up. And let's take it out. Now again we'll go into single. I'm not going to do double. Now doing the other side, you can look down, look towards your foot. And let's try the other side. And bringing it down. So from here, we're bringing our hands back to the chair. We're pushing up,
stepping ourselves in. And let's bring ourselves back down onto our chair. So, to stretch out that lower back, we're going to take ourselves into an eagle stretch. So we're not sitting all the way back on our chair, we're sitting a bit forward. We're bringing our foot over, taking it to eagle. We're bringing our hand to the side of our leg, and we're twisting to look to the back. We're going to bring ourselves back to the centre. Swap legs. The leg that's on top, we're using the hand against there. We're twisting to look round the back. Let's bring our self back to the centre. We'll change that leg again. But this time we're going to take it into cow face arms. Now you've got a band, grab a band, but you don't have to have the band. You don't have to have the hands clasped. One up, one down. The leg that's up on top, we're having that one down, the other one up. Bringing it round. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. You can just have them touching the back. Pull the elbows back. Lock up. Now keep looking up, breathe out, try and get your chin over your knee. And then bringing it back up, undo the arms, undo the legs. So let's change, that leg goes on top, this hand goes on top, the other hand goes down and behind. If they can grab, great, if not, don't worry, just let them on their shoulders. Pull the elbows back, lock up. And then as you're breathing out, try and bring the chin over the top of the knee. And then bringing it back up, undo the arms. Undo the legs. Staying right on the edge of your chair, you're going to bring your hands underneath and let your head tuck in into a seated child position. We're going to keep the head tucked and we're coming back up and lifting up. So we're sitting ourselves back in our chair, bringing our hands into any other hand gestures that we want to, hands into prayer, hands into lotus flower. We can take it into back prayer if we really want to. We can have our hands sitting down, they can be open, they can be in this position, anything that feels more natural and okay for you.
close your eyes. Think about doing either square breathing or rectangle breathing. Any kind of breathing exercise that you want to do. If you can't remember one, just breathe. Now what I also want you to do is to use your imagination, and I want you to think of a beautiful place. And this place can be a beach where you can feel the sand, hear the waves, feel the breeze on your skin and the sun. You can smell the salt. You can hear seagulls or children playing. Or it can be a meadow of green grass stretching for miles, with flowers of all different colours, purples, pinks, whites, yellows, dotted around. You could hear sheep or birds, tractors going in the distance. It can be a log cabin in the middle of the woods, where you can hear the owls and the crickets. You can smell pine and wood. You can hear the crackling of an open fire. Or it could be your bedroom with fresh, clean sheets on. You know exactly where your wardrobe is, your door. If you've got a nice fluffy mat that your feet sink into. And I want you to really picture everything. The sounds, the smells, the sights, the touch. And I want you to take yourself to your beautiful, relaxing place. We're going to stay nice and relaxed, but we can just think about how that area, that beautiful place is making us feel, how relaxed we feel, if there's a sort of smile on our face. Anytime we feel we need to, we can always bring ourselves, just for 5 minutes, back to a beautiful place, a nice relaxing place. So we start to move the fingers and the toes. We move the hands and the ankles, the knees and the elbows, the hips and the shoulders, the front of the body and the back of the body, and the neck and the head. If we let our hands lift and breathe in, stretch our arms in one direction, stretch our toes in the other. And as we breathe out, let the body relax. Take another big breath in, reach the arm, one arm and then the other arm. Let me feel the side ribs starting to move and open and the waist open. And again, when you need to breathe out, and then if you just let your body roll around. And then let's take it in the opposite direction. And bring yourself up to seated. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to turn everything off. Oh, hi Savannah. Tarragon's going to drop yours down to you. And I'm going to say bye-bye. And I'm just going to turn the camera off on this one.